One thing about Virgo rising is that they often improve upon the discoveries of other people. It has to come from within.
For the stars, 'cause we're aiming high.
It has to come from within.
Today we will be discussing Virgo rising, and in particular we will be discussing the decanates. The decanates right here. The decanates, Jay, those are the 10-degree divisions of each zodiac sign. Every zodiac sign is 30 degrees, and we break that up into 10-degree increments. Those are the decanates. Alright, there's a lot of writing on here, like there has been for every single video. That's because I didn't want to leave anything out. I'm doing all 3 decanates, so we want to make sure that one, we have it illustrated so you can see. Virgo, that's decanate 1. Virgo Capricorn, decanate 2. Virgo Taurus, decanate 3. What that basically illustrates to you is that Taurus, and by extension Venus, the ruler of Taurus, is a co-ruler of that decanate of Virgo. So the first decanate in Virgo is Virgo, means it's just ruled by Mercury and Mercury alone. Unless you're counting Chiron as a ruler of Virgo, since they discovered it in the 70s. Some people do, some people don't. I use both Mercury and I experiment with Chiron. So you can do whatever you'd like. With that being said, let's get right into it. Virgo rising is quiet, reserved, receptive. The fate here depends upon opportunity. Now, Virgo rising lacks direct ambition, but it makes up for it with its perseverance and by being ingenious or clever and inventive. Now, Virgo rising rarely controls the environment or makes any sort of moves without being helped by others. One thing about Virgo rising is that they often improve upon the discoveries of other people. Virgo rising is never lazy and never afraid to work, but they do prefer to use their mind and their wit to solve problems and avoid some of that hard work. What you may notice about being a Virgo rising is that you have more than the typical amount of selfishness when it comes to the feminine signs, meaning water and earth signs. Although that selfishness is usually counteracted by Virgo's care and sympathy for the troubles of other people. Also by the sense of justice that arises when these Virgo rising types awaken to their intellect, awaken to their intelligence a little bit. Virgo rising is very orderly. They are very systematic. They are very organized. And they are often self-centered, which may be why they're not often understood by others right away. Virgo rising would do well in a business environment where they could use their clever schemes to avoid some of that hard work. Now, the first decanate really depends upon the 6th house, the condition of that house, meaning are there a lot of malefic planets in it? What sign is the ruler on the 6th house cusp? What planet rules the 6th house? What are the aspects to that planet? And also, what are the aspects to Mercury? And what planets rising? We should really be checking what are the rising planets on this 1st house cusp, because that's going to make a world of difference as to how this individual will experience life and the things that they will experience and how fortunate or unfortunate those things may be. Now, as we step into the 2nd decanate here, into Virgo and Capricorn, it accentuates the 10th house and awakens Virgo rising's independent nature. It makes Virgo rising practical and adopted for business pursuits. It adds in an artistic ability and a musical ability. The fate here in the 2nd decanate is really governed by the social aspect of life. Usually the Virgo rising native here with the 2nd decanate will try to establish themselves socially or politically. So they seek to distinguish themselves in those realms, and they often find out that they actually obtain the distinction that they have sought after. For these natives right here, for these Virgo second decanate rising natives, the wealth is obtained by industry and thrift, and also by using common sense methods in organizing business. Now, because it's the second decanate and it's Virgo and Capricorn naturally has an affinity with the 10th house, ruling the 10th house, we have to pay attention to the midheaven. All right? And also, any planets that are being afflicted by Saturn, and also if Saturn has afflicted Mercury, which is very unfortunate for any native born here. Now, that third decanate rising, Virgo Taurus, this accentuates all business tendencies and practical tendencies. It adds in intuition to the Virgo rising. It pairs those with the mental qualifications, which are then used for wealth accumulation and for business ventures. This is a very fortunate decanate to be rising. It adds in Taurus's determination to all of Virgo's characteristics, and also a fair amount or a lot of artistic ability. Now, Venus needs to be noted because we're dealing with the second house in Taurus, who's ruled by Venus. Venus's distance to the planet Mercury, the natural ruler of Virgo, is going to tell us a lot here. The closer they are is said to be the more fortunate that the native will be. So, you want these planets close together when you have this third decanate rising. Also, if they're in conjunction, that's said to be very, very fortunate for Virgo rising with the third decanate. With all that being said about Virgo, tell me what you think about your own Virgo rising sign down in the comments. Tell me how you have experienced exactly what we just talked about in this video. I'll be sure to get up the next video soon. Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. I've got to get all those up. It has been taking me a while. I have been doing the daily videos based on the planets' positions and a more collective breakdown a few times a week, just to give people an idea about how the planets and their aspects are affecting us collectively, and how those aspects may be leaking into one's natal chart. So make sure you tune in every day to see what's going on. If you haven't clicked like, if you haven't clicked subscribe, please do that now so you can get more astrological videos like this. And if you have any requests, make sure to comment or message me. You can find me on Facebook. And if you want your own natal chart done, then you can either contact me through Facebook, Jason Astrology, or you can also call the shop at Pixie Dust Metaphysical Boutique, which is in Sarasota, Florida. We can do phone readings, we can do Skype readings, we can do Facebook chat readings, whatever is preferred for you. Let's dig into your own natal chart. Let's not just go over your rising sign, but let's go over all the aspects of your chart. So I'll be talking with you soon. If I don't hear from you, I hope this information was helpful, and stay tuned for more free content that's on its way. So, you guys have a great day.